The Foreign Office, 2nd of November 1917.
So it's possibly the most famous letter in modern Jewish history.
It was a letter that is all the more remarkable when you consider its length, its context, and its sensitivity.
The Balfour Declaration put Britain on the right side of history.
First, it was exceptionally concise, just 67 words. In my experience, such brevity is not typically a feature of letters from the Foreign Office.
And it begins with 3 words: Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with the Jewish Zionist aspirations.
This is a momentous occasion.
His Majesty's government view with favour the establishment of Palestine as a national home for the Jewish people,
and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object.
it being clearly understood
That nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine,
All the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country.
Something propitious, something providential, and something very much against the odds.
you had an impoverished would-be scientist, Chaim Weizmann, who somehow gets to England, meets a few people, including members of my family, seduces them. He has such great charm and conviction. And he unbelievably persuades Balfour and Lloyd George, the Prime Minister, and most of the ministers, that this idea of a national home for Jews should be allowed to take place.
It marks a pivotal event in Jewish history, in British history, in world history.
let us cast our minds back to 1917. The idea of establishing a homeland for the Jewish people would have seemed a distant dream for many and been fiercely opposed by others. Yet it was at this very moment that Lord Balfour had the vision and the leadership to make this profound statement about restoring a persecuted people to a safe and secure homeland.
That historic support heralded a century in which the dream of living, working, and declaring your praise in the land of our forebears became a reality.
On behalf of the Balfour 100 Steering Committee, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here tonight to the Balfour Centenary Lecture to be delivered by Professor Simon Sharma.
It's, of course, an extraordinary honour to be doing this. And moments like this reminds me of the ultimate and shortest Jewish joke of 2 waiters who go over to the same 2 elderly Jewish ladies who've been eating the same Lokshen soup and klops for the last 50 years and leans over delicately and says, "Is anything all right?" Sums up all of Jewish history, really.
This event is being live streamed to JW3 in London and to locations in Bournemouth, Brighton, Belfast, Leeds and Glasgow, and all around the internet.
It seems to me absolutely unequivocally right to celebrate the centenary unapologetically, but thoughtfully, as the inception of one of the great historical miracles.
Israel is to be applauded, not condemned, embraced, not boycotted, celebrated, not shunned. She is a gift to the world.
Let us mark with pride what has been achieved with the creation of the State of Israel, and in Balfour's own words, a national home for the Jewish people.
We conclude the centenary inspired by the pioneering spirit of those who crafted those 67 words into history, and equally inspired by the task of building a society that those legendary pioneers, Lord Balfour, Lord Rothschild, and Dr. Chaim Weizmann himself, would be proud of.
Israel stands as a living, breathing, debating, thriving, rejoicing democracy. It's 6 million Jews, the ultimate retort to the number that Adolf Hitler exterminated.
I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation.
Yours, Arthur James Balfour.
I thank Britain for the foresighted declaration of Lord Balfour. The Jewish people and the Jewish state will be forever grateful. Thank you.
This is perhaps the greatest event in Jewish life for thousands of years, and it's a miracle that it took place.